Ooh. Oh my god, I just straight up broke my chair. Hello everybody, it is so nice to finally be introduced. I'm Joey Skladany, editor-at-large of Chowhound, cookbook author of Basic Bitchin', and your new host for Awesomeness TV's Dish This. Now, I am super late to the YouTube game. I know, my millennial ass decided to be 20 years behind, but I guess I'm a late bloomer, much like how I was with puberty and coming out of the closet at age 22. So I thought it would be fun to take a moment and let you get to know a little bit more about me. So I actually went on my Instagram, which you should be following me, at Joey Skladany, here, there, wherever. I said, ask me literally anything, and I picked 20 of my favorite questions. Some are food related, some are more personal, so you can, again, get to know me, Joey Skladany, a little bit better. First question from Kayla C. Martin. What is the one food you love that people normally find disgusting? Ooh, gosh, I eat everything, genuinely. When people hate too many foods, kind of raises a red flag for me because I'm like, you're not so adventurous. That being said, maybe I should tell you things that I don't like. I actually don't like tomatoes. I think they taste like dishwater. I am not obsessed with black licorice, but I do love fennel and anise seeds, so anise seeds. I swear I wrote a cookbook. I like the taste of licorice, but not in candy form. I hate buttered popcorn flavored jelly beans. Oh my god. So I don't think I'll ever be hashtag sponsored by Jelly Belly, because if they make me do any sort of campaign with those buttered popcorn flavored things, I'm going to be projectile vomiting all over the counter and it won't be cute. All right, next question is coming from Ann S. Bohr. And next question, Ann S. Bohr. What one ingredient best sums up your essence? I like that question. Ooh, I feel like I'm very one of a kind, and dealing with me is a very laborious process, so maybe something like saffron. I'm bougie, I'm expensive, and I'm rare. That is not what any ex-boyfriend would ever tell you, BT dubs. Okay, GLAURENFONTE says, if you had to clock any significant moment in your life, what would it be? Ooh, clock a moment. I think she's implying what's kind of a moment that I would freeze in time and maybe relive again. Just complete euphoria was when I was accepted into Northwestern. That was a huge goal I had set for myself as a high schooler, and just reading that acceptance letter, which was dated on my birthday, by the way, I was so overcome with emotion, my sister can attest. I was like shaking and I like dropped the mail on the floor and had like a seizure, and I think that would be really fun to relive. I was on cloud 9 for like a week. Art Lampa. What country inspires you the most culinarily? Ooh, I love that word. Thailand was just surreal. I mean, you can't go wrong with a noodle, you can't go wrong with a mango sticky rice, but everything was so flavorful. And I think that's because their ingredients are so fresh, like legit. When you get a mango sticky rice, that mango tastes like butter. It is perfection. Also, I just love Asian food. I think the complexity of it is just, you got sweet, you got salty, you got spicy. Everything's an umami bomb, and I'm here for it. Samara Rose. What is your favorite New York City meal? Now, this is like Sophie's choice. And I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, a lot of publicists off who, you know, I walk into the restaurant, I'm like, this is the best meal I've ever had. I think the best meal I've ever had is, I would have to say Le Bernardin. Eric Ripert can do no wrong. I got to actually travel to Grand Cayman when he was relaunching his restaurant Blue at the Ritz-Carlton, and he cooked for us, and just those dishes, they're so good. I am a huge fan of Stickies in New York. It's a chicken finger and french fry joint. Oh my gosh. Dipping foods is my favorite thing in the whole world. I love a sauce moment. So I will buy Stickies every Friday, eat it in bed, watching Netflix, dunking away in my bevy of sauces, and that to me is like happiness at its peak. Amy Jo 329 asks, what advice would you give your childhood self? I get asked this question all the time, and my reply is, F the haters. No, literally, stop caring so much about what other people think of you, because these are the losers who grow up in life to be miserable, and they will live their lives trying to bring you down because they secretly hate themselves. KT Dean XX asks, if you were on death row, what would your last meal be? Appetizer, main, dessert, and drink. Ooh, tough. Oh my gosh. My appetizer is going to be french fries. It's my favorite food in the entire world. I want to scarf down a plate of fries before anything. You better have honey mustard and barbecue sauce on the side because, oh my gosh, cannot have fries with honey mustard and barbecue sauce. That's like a sin, pretty sure. My main would have to be, I think, sushi. Sushi is something that I have like an endless pit in my stomach for, so I could house like 7,000 rolls and prolong the death process, I guess, or the moment until I die. So I would say sushi, lots of tuna, lots of salmon, lots of uni, lots of everything. Just keep it flowing. Dessert. Oh my gosh. I love like gooey, caramely dessert, so it would have to be some sort of ice cream sundae on top of a like salted caramel brownie topped with 8,000 different things because I wouldn't be able to make up my mind, like cheesecake bits, brownie bits, cookie dough, like one of every bit of dessert that I love because I'm selfish. Drink would have to be something with alcohol because I am going to die, so may as well, you know, numb the nerves a little bit. I love a mojito. I think mojitos are super refreshing. I'm so homosexual, what can I say? CG asks, if you could only use one condiment for the rest of your life, what would it be? Sriracha. I know, I'm so basic. I love spicy food. Sriracha goes with everything. Pizza, you can put it on noodles, you can put it on eggs, you can put it on sandwiches, you can put it with french fries. The list goes on and on. Absolutely say sriracha. MAURA ALICE asks, what 5 people would you love to have to dinner and what are you eating? So it's funny, I always grew up saying that I have a love and affinity for 5 divas. These aren't the 5 people that I would most want to eat with, but I would love to have like my 5 divas around me. They're very random, so bear with me. But these 5 divas are, number 1, obviously Beyonce. I stan, I'm a Beyonce. She's my everything. My second everything is Adriana Lima. When I used to pretend that I was straight in high school, I would say that I'm obsessed with her. I would say I'm obsessed with her, I'm gonna marry her, I wanna be her. Yeah, it kind of morphed into me wanting to be her because she's just so fabulous and beautiful and I adore her, I wanna be her best friend. Adriana Lima, if you're watching this, we are meant to be best friends. I did meet you once, you were the best. Next would be Mariah Carey. I know she's a diva, but she is someone who I idolized from a very young age and her music is everything for me. Next is Drew Barrymore. Oh my gosh, she's one of my favorite actresses. She's just such a cool chick. I cry in every single movie that she's in. To me, she's one of the best comedic but also dramatic actresses of all time. I don't know how someone can make me laugh and then 5 minutes later make me hysterically cry into a sandwich on my bed, because that happens more often than not. Lastly would be Kate Winslet. I have just a random obsession with her. Again, she's just one of those actresses who I think is so amazing and she just seems like such a cool chick and someone who I'd want to throw some beer backs with. Beer backs. She's someone I'd want to throw some beers back with. What would we be eating? I don't think we'd be eating. I'd want to be drinking with these girls. Some sort of fabulous martini. I want them to spill the tea. Give me all their secrets. I'm a good secret keeper. Happy Jackie 31. If your feelings were the weather, what would be the current state and the forecast ahead? Girl, I am cloudy with a chance of meatballs right now, I'm telling you. They're all good things, it's just a bunch of chaos right now. It's, I like the rain, I like a thunderstorm, but things like meatballs are flying around, you've got a pickle going through the roof of a house. I think that's very metaphorical for how my life is. Chaos, confusion, but I think the forecast is not clear skies because nothing's ever perfect in my world. My life is pretty tragically hilarious. But I would say a nice overcast. INGRIDRAMIREZFOLLEBOUT. So sorry for butchering that. What is Krista's favorite character trait about Joey? Okay, Krista is actually my drag persona. Krista's not a good person. She's a hoe. She is very superficial. She would say that my best personality trait is that it'd be something so awful, like he's skinny. Something so bitchy and awful. We don't like Krista. We do like Krista's confidence. When Krista comes out, she's confident. She's who a lot of women aspire to be, maybe her persona at least, but behind closed doors, like, she's not the best gal. HANMARIE or HANMARIE22. Do you need to be a good cook to be a food editor, or do you just happen to be a good cook? Great question. I actually say I'm a professional eater and not a professional chef. I do not have any formal culinary training, and that was actually the purpose of my book, Basic Bitchin'. I wanted this to be approachable, unintimidating. I wanted you to be armed with the ingredients, tools, instructions necessary to create very basic dishes, things that are comfort items. Because listen, I still chop garlic like I'm wearing Sally's press-on nails, girl. Like I am no Ina Garten, but I idol worship Ina Garten. Oh my God, I should have said her for my 5 people. Jessie Barker 33. What is something you've learned about yourself after a breakup or a failed endeavor? Ooh, I am not good with failure at all. I hate rejection. When I feel like I'm not the best at something, I go into freak out mode. It's like I'm a robot and I malfunction. I think I've learned throughout the years, if I'm projecting my wisdom to you, it's that I really don't have a lot of control. We all don't have a lot of control in this life. Hello. We're dealing with a pandemic right now. Talk about a complete relinquishing of control. I've learned that I need to be okay with that and control the things that I can and that make me happy and give me instant gratification, like cleaning my apartment. I love to have a clean apartment. I'm hyper organized to a fault, but that is something that I can control and it brings me happiness. I can't control things like people being assholes. I can't control things like pandemics. So I need to just remind myself that the universe is in control and I have very little to do with that. Brittany West 23, what is your favorite childhood memory? That is going to be summer camp. I used to go to a sleepaway summer camp every summer. I was super into horseback riding and I just have really fond memories of Circle F Dude Ranch. ILANA.MAURER, what influenced your decision to switch sides from PR to writing? So funny fact, I actually worked for TLC for a few years and was Honey Boo Boo's publicist. I helped launch the show, the PR side of things. So I don't know, I loved that experience. I love entertainment. I was so engrossed in it. I had so many amazing opportunities, got to meet so many amazing people, but I just had a passion for writing. And frankly, while it was fun to represent really interesting people and give them a platform, I was like, what about me? Okay, like I can do this. I can get a show. I can write a book. HEATHERRADIO asks, if you could interview anyone and they had to tell the truth, who would it be? Telling the truth? I can name someone who tells a lie nearly every single day, and I don't need to say his name. All I need to do is just smile like this into the camera And y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Oh, I wouldn't want to interview him though, gross. Travis O'Neill, my friend, asked, what is the most overrated food? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this, but I am not the hugest fan of Americanized Mexican food. I've been to Mexico City, the food's amazing, outrageous, but these like chain restaurant tacos or guacamole, it's like, I never really crave it. I never crave Taco Bell. I'd rather have a pizza, I'd rather have noodles, I'd rather have chicken fingers, especially after a long night out. I just don't really ever crave Mexican food, Americanized Mexican food. It's really hard to find authentic Mexican food in the States, I will say that. GKT Bartless asks, what is the most underrated food? You know, I traveled a lot in Eastern Europe and people were like, you may not necessarily be fond of their food because it's very bland and one-noted. No. Prague, dumplings in Prague, it's not like Asian dumplings, it's literally like slices of bread and gravy. Hello, that's amazing. It's freaking amazing. What is wrong with like a shit ton of carbs and a protein? I'm here for it. So I would say go to Eastern Europe and rejoice in the food that they're offering you because it's amazing. BITCHEN says, what inspires you to be so creative? I love that question because creativity, I would say, is my #1 best quality. Yeah? Maybe? I've been like this since I was a kid. Like, I was always the kid who was stapling together sheets of paper to like pretend I was writing books, and I would illustrate them, I would put on plays, I would choreograph dances. My brain works like a million miles a minute. It's kind of hard. It really lends itself well to writing because I can make weird ass connections to things. Like, I somehow incorporated gospel music and gospel choirs into my section about avocado toast. Like, who does that? I've just always been a creative person, and it's been so fun now in my 30s, I don't even know why I said that, to now channel it into projects like these because I want to share my creativity with you guys and hopefully inspire other creative people to follow suit. So the world needs more creativity. Last question comes from my sister, SAMISKLADANY. What is the first meal you remember really liking as a kid? Well, I was a picky ass eater as a kid. I didn't eat much, but I do remember eating things like bologna sandwiches. I love cold cuts, and that's actually how I got the nickname in my family, Joey Bologna. So my dad, you know, he'll still call me Bologna, you know, from the opposite side of the house if he needs something, and it's cute, Joey Bologna. Except now I'm not really a bologna lover. I like more of like a salami or a sopressata, because I don't know, they're spicier and I'm Italian and I've embraced my Italian roots. Okay, that was really fun. I actually really like sharing a lot of stuff about me, but I guess I need to tell you now to do what all of the canceled beauty influencers on YouTube do, and that is to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll be sure to provide you more content. I also want to sign off with a little giveaway. I'm going to give away a signed book to one of you who answers this correctly in the comments section. Let's play a little game of 2 truths and a lie. I'm gonna give you 3 things about me. 2 of them are real, 1 is fake, and you have to put the fake one in the comments section. I'll randomly pick a winner. One of you will receive an autographed copy of Basic Bitchin. She's cute. Here are the 3 statements. Number 1, I won a pickle eating contest at a state fair. Number 2, one of my cousins actually married a member of NSYNC. Number 3, I can curl my toes under my feet and walk on them. All right, everybody, again, so great chatting, and until next time.